I have stage 3 colorectal cancer and I have my third treatment tomorrow. So here are some things that I do to prep for chemo. One thing, I try to get as much protein into my body as possible. So I eat, protein filled things. I also make myself these fruit smoothies where I put a protein powder in it. And then I also use these because also during the chemo, sometimes it's hard for me to eat, a lot of stuff. So I make these muffins. They're strawberry cheesecake muffins. And what I do when I make them, I add some of my protein powder into these and I put them in like little cupcake things because that's basically what I can eat. And I eat those the day of, like maybe 2 of them. Sometimes I eat them during the treatment. Depends. Sometimes I'm asleep. Most of the time I'm asleep. But that's one thing that I do because you have to have protein because it helps fight the infections and it helps with so much. So I try to get as much protein in my body as possible. Another thing I do is I oil my scalp and make sure that I have, that my scalp is not dry. With the chemo that I have, I am on, I believe it's like 3 or 4 different types of chemo that I have. Yes. And so I make sure with that, I can lose my hair and I have noticed some hair loss, but not a lot. Mostly it's just getting a little bit thinner. So I just oil my scalp with all 3 of these before the treatment. Also during the treatment, especially when I'm in active, I keep knocking stuff over. When I'm in active treatment, I use different products on my body because also my skin can dry out very easily. So I use, this is the La Roche-Posay. That's how you say it, I think. The hydrating gentle cleanser. So this is what I use to wash my face every day when I'm doing active treatment. So the day prior and the week of, I usually use this as my face wash, and then I use my witch hazel, but I try not to put so many other things onto my skin, especially my face. Because I just want to make sure that it's okay and take care of it. But I make sure that it's very moisturized. So I just use a lot of different lotions and things of that nature. Instead of using the regular lotion that I use this CeraVe moisturizing. And I, put that all over whenever I take a bath or shower or whatever. And then what I do with my feet, because my feet can get very dry, is I put this lotion on and then I put this ointment on top and then I put on socks. And usually I do that actually during the treatment. So as I'm sitting there in the chair, because I'm in the hospital for about 2 hours, and then I take home like a medicine ball, a little chemo ball. I call it a lemon ball because that's what it looks like. It looks like a little yellow lemon and I carry it around. So I'm literally in treatment for 2 days straight. And then I go back on the 3rd day and they take the lemon ball away. But this is the stuff that I use to keep my skin as hydrated as possible. And this I'm starting to throw into the rotation because if you didn't know from my previous videos, and you can go back and look, I have a whole playlist of these. I have a PICC line in my chest. I don't have a port yet. I'm hoping that I have a second opinion port appointment on the 21st of July. And if you've been following my journey, you know that this has been a lot. Just to get treated, it's been a lot. I literally got a whole other illness just getting treated for the cancer. I got DVT. And if you don't know what DVT is, it's deep vein thrombosis, I believe that's how you say it. But it usually people will get it in their legs. I have it in my neck and my arm. And basically it's blood clots. So I have blood clots going all through here. And I can't take showers because of this on my chest that I can't get wet. I'll show it to you. It's right here. This is actually not as bad as it in my arm, but it's still irritating. And during this process, we found out that I was allergic to the medical tape or whatever that they were using, and it burned me. not like a rash or a scar. It literally irritated my skin so much that it burned. So now I have to use a different type of tape, hypoallergenic tape. But when I was taking baths and showers, I was using a vanilla, I can't think of what it's called, but it was a different soap. And I didn't feel as clean as I wanted to because it's really, you know, I can't take a shower, so I can't, like, I didn't feel like I could wash fully because I can't get this wet. So I'm like doing everything, washing all around it and trying not to get it wet, and it's almost impossible. But anyway, I was using a different soap. And so then I decided to start using the Dr. Bronner's. And I don't know if you've ever used Dr. Bronner's, but my body be whistling when I take a shower. Like, I feel like I get out and the air hits me and it's like, ooh. I was going to say something else, but I will keep that to my close friends. But, so I've been using the Dr. Bronner's, and it helps me feel very clean. It literally feels cooling because this is a peppermint one. It feels cooling, like, after I take a bath. And the most terrifying thing, this was sitting on the side note, this was sitting on like the counter when I was taking a bath the other day, and I never saw this before. And it was like the lights weren't all the way on, and I like looked over and it was like, what the hell is that? Like, look at that. That's terrifying. Why would they do that? Why? But anyway, this is the soap that I am going to start using, and I will let you know how it works out. So right now I feel very good, and I feel like I'm so clean and so like, it literally takes off so much like dead skin. It's a great soap. So when I put on my CeraVe and my lotions and stuff, this is like a great combination. So those are some of the things that I do. I also have this. I literally carry this in my little backpack when I go to get my chemo treatments, because one of the chemos that they give me, as it's like pumped into me, and when it's pumped in, it literally shoots like this metal into my mouth, and it is the worst, like the absolute worst. So one of my friends that is an oncology nurse, she was like, you need to have candy or something. So I literally, like, when I see her coming with the little syringe and I'm like, oh, it's time for them to pump that stuff, I pop one of these bad boys in. The mixture is not the greatest because it's a sour one, so I was like, maybe I'll try like non-sour one, but I feel like because it's sour, it takes away that metal taste like immediately. So this is something that I literally carry around, and I just throw about 3 or 4 of them in my mouth. And yeah, that's the stuff that I do to prep for chemo. I absolutely hate having cancer. I mean, I don't know anyone who's like, this is the best thing. But yeah, I have 8 treatments and I'm on my 3rd, so I will have 5 more to go till I'm out of this hellhole. But yeah, so that's the stuff that I use. It works for me. I don't know if it could be something that works for you, but that's what I do. Fuck cancer.